You know, I think probably the strongest reason for ending the policy of criminalising people for using drugs is basically that it doesn't work. We have a policy that doesn't work. And I do understand, like, people think, well, if we criminalise people, then it's a deterrent. And that by ending criminalisation, that means the levels of drug use are going to go up and the harms related to drug use are going up. But in fact, all of the evidence we have shows that that doesn't actually happen. And in fact, it's the opposite. That's both for individuals and for communities. So the evidence shows us, and this is evidence that's drawn across the world, that levels of drug use, they're not actually determined by the severity of laws. The levels of drug use are determined by a whole range of other factors, cultural, social, economic, at different times in different areas. So whether we criminalise people or don't criminalise them doesn't actually affect the overall rates of drug use. But when it comes to drug-related harms, the impact of our current criminalisation is even more severe, because not only does it not help us in addressing drug-related harms, it actually makes them worse. And that applies again both to individuals and to communities. And again, the evidence is so clear on this, both here in Ireland and across the world. The worst impacts of drug-related harms are always in the poorest communities who are already struggling. So 100% it makes sense for us as a society that instead of squandering money implementing a policy that all of the evidence shows us does not work, it doesn't achieve what we're setting out to achieve, instead of squandering money in that, let's invest it in what we actually know are the issues that lead to drug-related harm. So that's issues can be around housing, it can be around poverty, it can be around inequality, it can be around family issues, it can be around a whole range of issues. So it would be so much better for us as a society, invest in those services, invest the money in improving people's lives, and that is the most effective way of ending drug related harms, not making criminals of people, which will only make things worse.